upset. I'm confused. Let me tell you what happened today. Not today, a while ago. But mainly, I need some feedback. I would like to hear from the men. Men, um, help me not be confused. Help me understand understand the situation. Because let me tell you, I don't understand. I don't understand it. So, basically, I was speaking with a male man. Male. I was speaking with a man. Well, that's debatable. And we were supposed to kick it. We were supposed to hang out. Anyways, a little background. As you know, well, I moved, okay? So this person is someone I knew from from before I moved. And they recently said that he was coming to the area and remembered that I moved and said, "Oh, would you like to hang out?" Now, this was a month ago. So a month ago, he said, "Hey, I'll be in your town this month." I was in my mind, I'm like, that's really far in advance. Who? But whatever. And he was like, "Would you like to hang out?" I said, "Sure. You want to hang out? Let's hang out. It's fine." Okay. Now, keep in mind when I say hang out, I just meant like, kick it. Since we all know I'm taking a break from that, taking a break from the peoples, basically. So I don't think of it or anything for a while. And then about 2 weeks before he was supposed to come, he messaged me again. And he was like, "Hey, you still down to hang out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if you want to, like, sure, we can hang out." And then he's like, "Okay, I'm just checking. Just checking." I'm like, "Okay, sure." And then I'm just like, "Okay, like, what specific days are you coming again? And, like, what days you trying to hang out? Like, what you trying to do?" And then I'm like, and then he said, what did he say? He gave me the day. I said, "Okay, like, I work, but, we can hang out after work or whatever." He said, "Cool." And then I'm like, "Yeah, we can go grab, like, I don't know, dinner or something, since it'll be later on in the day and it's not like do anything else." Cool. So fast forward, and then it comes around time. Well, first, what's with these extra check-ins? Do people do that? Is that normal? Isn't, well, maybe. Well, confirmation is good, but like a month in advance and then 2 weeks before, like, "Hey, you know what? That's fine. I guess confirmation is fine." I just was like, why? Well, well, that's the confusing part. What comes up next is what makes it so confusing. Oh, look at that train. Sorry, distracted. Fast forward. Okay. I know he's in town, but it's not the day that we're supposed to hang out. Okay, we're supposed to hang out the next day. But he decides to message me the day before we're supposed to hang out, and he's basically like, "Are you free today? Hang out." And at first, I was like, not really, because it was like one of those days that I wanted to myself and wanted to work on art, and like, so I do like art on the side. So I wanted to focus on my art and do that. So at first I was like, you know what? No, like, I'm a little busy today. And then he says, "Well, when are you free?" And then I think about it, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well as like hang out with this person. Like, I guess I ain't never gonna see this person again. They said that they wanted to hang out like They might not be back in town. You know, like I've only hung out with this person like once back at my old place. So I'm like, okay, well they messaged me since they came here, so you know what? Let me be nice. And I messaged back. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's cool. Like we can kick it because I'm like, I might as well kick it since it's still like noon, and you know, then I can get to what I need to do like later on in the night. You know, focus on it. So let me get this out the way so I can focus on this later on. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay, totally. We can hang out now. We can hang out now. It's totally fine. This man, this man says, okay, I'm gonna grab lunch with my sister, and then I'm gonna be over. And I said, cool. You know, I was like, cool. I ain't gotta go nowhere. I ain't gotta dress up. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. You know, we just finna come over here, and we probably just finna watch anime, because that's what he said. He said, you wanna watch anime? I said, of course. What else? What else would I want to do? Attack on Titan just came out. Of course, I would like to watch anime. So it's around 1 o'clock because he said he was going to lunch. It's around 1 o'clock, and I'm still busy doing my art and stuff, not really keeping track of time or anything. And I'm like, okay, whatever. He'll message me when I message me. But I ain't waiting around or nothing. So it is what it is. It gets around like, I don't know, it gets around like 5. So he messaged me at 1, talking about some, hey, what you doing? You free to hang out? I agreed. He said he's gonna go to his sister's for lunch and come on over. I said, sure, whatever, I'm busy. 5 o'clock run around, and then he messaged me like, hey, there's like parking where you're at, right? And I'm like, yeah, there's parking over there or whatever. And then he's like, you mad? And I was like, no, why would I be mad? Like, I don't really care. You gotta care to be upset. But I didn't say all that. I just said, no, I'm not mad, because what I gotta be mad for? Okay, if I was waiting somewhere, like if we arranged to meet up and then I was waiting somewhere, hell yeah, I'd be mad. Well, first of all, I wouldn't be sitting there from 1 to 5. Okay, that's just it. How long? You know what? How long do you wait for somebody if you was to go like out somewhere on a date? I'm curious what the answer is. Mine's, I don't know, 15 minutes. I don't know. Anyways. But I was in the comfort of my own home. So it's not like I was waiting around or anything, and I was busy doing my art. And then he's like, oh, okay, I thought you'd be mad or something. I'm like, nope, once again, not mad. Just come over whenever. And then as we were talking, it gets around like 6 o'clock, right? So keep in mind, this man told me he's only about 20 minutes away, okay? From where I'm from, he said he's about 20 minutes away. But then he texts me, he's like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what the plan is. And at that point, I'm like, homie, how you, like, I didn't even message him. Because he was like, I'm trying to figure out what the plan is. Sir, if you don't know what the plan you made was, what's going on? 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 The plan was you'd come over, we'd hang out, we'd watch Attack on Titan, and then you would leave. That was the plan. That is the go-to. Okay? I have been upfront with this man. I have said my intentions. I have said what will go down. And we agreed upon anime and League. stuff. And I'm like, cool. Now I ain't gotta hang out. Now I can do my own thing. Now I can finish my art with no interruption. And then also, I can watch my anime without another person. Because even though I agreed to watch anime with somebody, let's be honest. Do we really like watching anime with another person? If it's like, the first episode, the first time watching it? Personally, no. So I don't respond. A little bit later, he texts me again. And then he's like, oh, would you like to come out, like right now, and meet somewhere halfway? And then he said, and then later on, meet up again at your place. And then he said, or we can meet up after work tomorrow, which was the original plan. The original plan to meet up tomorrow after I got out work and just hang out for a bit. So I'm reading this. First things first. No. Meet up halfway. Meet up somewhere halfway, sir. No. Because then really it does start to waste my time. That's when it actually is starting to waste my time. Up until now, my time has not been wasted because I have been busy. Haven't been sitting around waiting around. But if you're gonna ask me to go out and meet you somewhere halfway, when this whole time the plan was for you to come and kick it, no. Because what would happen is I would get dressed, I would look very nice, I would go somewhere, and then guess what? From the behavior that I've seen, clearly I would have just been sitting there waiting. Well, not really, because I would have left. So why bother? Why bother? Why bother? And then on top of that, it was already like 6, 7 o'clock. And I'm like, what? I didn't understand. I was like, you want to meet up, hang out somewhere, I don't know where, and then go apart, and then later on you come over again? That don't make no sense. Because I'm an old lady, and 7 o'clock, like, that's hitting, that's in my mind, since I'm old, that's real close to 10, and 10 is my bedtime. So I really didn't understand what he meant by like meet up halfway, hang out, part ways, and then later on come back and hang out again. Like, no, I didn't want to be part of that. And then when, the other half of the message, or hang out after work tomorrow. No. Because if you literally couldn't make it today, which you arranged, which you said, if you couldn't make it today, why would I put aside more time for you the next day? For what? For you to say, oh, couldn't make it this time, for you to not show up again? Because that's the vibe I'm getting now. This is the vibe I'm getting now, that he arranges things and then doesn't show up, which I don't understand. What do you gain from that? Is this a game? This is why I'm confused. I'm not upset. I'm confused. And if you're a guy or a gal or a non-binary pal, and you do this, what is the reason? Is it funny? What do you get? What do you get? Anyways, so I just say, nah, homie, like, I'm good. I'm not trying to go out. I got work tomorrow. Like, have fun while you here in the town. Because I like, I just can't. It's the When you think about it, it's disrespectful. It is one thing my father told me, to never let a man disrespect you. So yeah, I said no. And then he was like, "Well, tomorrow after work." And I'm like, "No, no." And part of me really wanted to explain, like, how you gonna message me a month in advance asking to hang out, confirm that hangout, ask me to hang out a day earlier, say you was gonna be right on your way, not show up or communicate that you weren't gonna show up, because during that time when he was like, "Oh, I'll be right after my sister," usually a person would be like, "Hey, we got caught up in this," da, da, da. None of that. None of that. It wasn't until the text at 5 that he was like, "Oh, we went to a dispensary after bed," which is fine, which is cool, which is whatever. But have some common courtesy to be like, "Hey, I got sidetracked." But like I said, I didn't care anyways. But what's the reason? What's the reason? Anyways, I say all this to say, be careful out there. Like, this is exactly why I've taken a break from dating, and I really apparently I can't kick it anymore, because some people are just okay. Like I'm sorry, I'm losing track of anything. But like I said, somebody tell me what the hell just happened. What the hell just happened? But yeah, after I said no, he was like, "Okay, got the message." Because I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you did this. Like, how you gonna arrange something and not show up? Like, what is wrong with you? Why you a psycho? I think he's a psychopath. What, like, why you got issues? Like, I don't need to do all that. I don't need to do that. He can handle whatever going on in his life himself. But as for me and my house, we will not be talking to said individual anymore.